I'm 36 weeks pregnant, and that means that I started my 9th month. It's crazy. It's starting to get really, really real and a little bit scary, but we're gonna push through it. It's almost over. That's my belly. So we went to the doctor, and I have baby pictures for you. So they took a lot of baby pictures, even though it was kind of hard to see because he's so squished inside the stomach right now. It's harder to take pictures, but they managed to get a few good pictures, and I'll show you them close up here. So if you can see over here, it's really cute. There's like stuff in the way there. And here's some more pictures. Look, he looks like he's smiling over here. Isn't that adorable? So cute. So that's him. So the baby is looking good, and I actually have great news. He's no longer going to be a gigantic baby. I am so excited. The whole pregnancy, they said he was going to be in the 80th percentile, the 75th percentile. That was the last time. This time, he's only the 35th percentile, which means he's going to be a little baby, which I feel like might make my birth a little bit easier. So I'm totally okay with to not have to push out a 9-pounder, which was what my mom had to do with me. I'm totally okay with the 7-pounder. That would be awesome. The doctor also told me that the baby is pointing downwards and his head is engaged in the cervix, which is great. And also that I have dilation of 1.5 centimeters already. So she said I'm like 15 feet above everyone. So that's something to brag about, I guess. Hopefully he'll come on time, or even a little bit later is okay. But hopefully not too early because nobody's ready for him yet. So I started packing my hospital bag, which has been tougher than I would think. I just make a big deal out of things, but you know, I wanted to get the most comfortable take the most comfortable clothes that I have, and the problem is I've been wearing the most comfortable clothes that I have, so it's kind of hard to decide what to get, but I think I found most of the things. Also to decide what to dress the baby in, because it may be freezing, it may be not so cold. My cousin gave us one of those sleeping bag type things that go in the car seat, so I think we should be okay. I chose something, and hopefully everything will be okay. Now that I know that he's not going to be that big, I'm not too worried. We have so many newborn clothes, so now he'll be able to wear them, which is great. And if you haven't seen that, that was last week. So I'll post a link to that up here and down below. Another thing I have to do now, which makes things even more real, is I have to walk around with an envelope of my medical records. It's like this thick envelope that is like about yay big and doesn't fit into any normal purse, so I have to walk around with a bigger purse and a backpack, but this has to go with me all the time. I do have it backed up in an email form, which they sent to me from the doctor's office, which is nice. I need to walk around with the physical forms because hospitals love their paperwork apparently. So far, 2 out of the 4 doctors that may be present during the birth were totally okay with my husband being a little bit more hands-on with the birth itself. He's a paramedic, so for him, this will be awesome if he can be as involved as possible. So that's cool. At least 2 out of 4 of them are okay with it. And the other 2, they'll come around, hopefully. Physically, I've been great so far. A little bit discomfort every now and then in the groin area, the hips, my stomach, you know, sometimes there's a little like Braxton Hicks contraction, so sometimes it's uncomfortable. Or when I'm walking and the baby is kind of low and it feels a little bit uncomfortable on the bladder. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty great. I was able to bike this week, and I can now say that I rode my bike to work uphill both ways 9 months pregnant. So that's pretty cool story. The reason why it's uphill both ways is because there's a valley in between on the way to work. So I go down to go up and then go down to go up. So luckily the weather's been pretty good, so I've been able to do that. I'm still working out as usual, you know, a little bit less weight as I was doing last week. Less weight, less intensity, but still able to do all of that stuff. People talk about problems with your balance and stuff when you're pregnant, but I guess because I've been staying with it the whole time, my body just adapted, and it's amazing what your body adapts to. At the beginning, the biking was kind of uncomfortable, like once my stomach was pretty big, but now I'm pretty adapted to it. I know I probably look a little bit funny because my knees are going a little bit to the side. If I go straight up, then I'm bumping my stomach the whole time. So to the sides a little bit, but still looking good. And in terms of exercise, now the baby can exercise right when he comes out, because we got a baby barbell. You see, it's a baby barbell. It's soft and plush. It doesn't weigh anything, but you know, it's cute. And we also got a rattle that's a dumbbell, shaped like a dumbbell, you see? So our baby will be ready for his workout right when he comes out. Those of you who follow my social media saw that last week I had like one day where my feet all puffed up. My feet and my ankles puffed up a lot. It kind of freaked me out because it was pretty sudden. So I made sure to check my blood pressure, because that's the first thing you want to make sure is that you don't have preeclampsia, because one of the symptoms of preeclampsia is a sudden blowing up of the feet, the fingers, the face. It's usually not just the feet. It's supposed to be also followed with a headache and high blood pressure. So I checked my blood pressure. I didn't have a headache. I didn't have any problems with vision or anything like that. So I calmed down. It was fine. And then what I decided to do is put a little bit more time into my massage and the reflexology that I do at night. So I've done a video before about the stuff that I do before I go to sleep and the reflexology that I do. At the continuation of this video, I'll show you exactly what to do if your feet really puff up like that. So you do more of a lymphatic massage onto your calves and ankles and stuff, and also a little bit more emphasis on drainage during the reflexology part. So if you want to stick around for that, that'll be at the end of this video. And if you don't stick with me, I just wanted to thank you for being with me on this pregnancy journey. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching. So with this type of massage, you always want to make sure that you're comfortably kind of sitting back on a bunch of pillows or something like that, or a couch or something. The baby bump makes it a little bit harder to reach my legs and my feet, but I'm still able to do it. So if you can't reach, probably ask someone else to do it for you, a friend or your husband or something like that, or your partner. First, we'll begin with lymphatic massage. The drainage of your body happens in the lymphatic system, which is basically right under the surface of your skin. So I've done this before. I'm just going to show you real quick. You do a light massage where you're kind of coming upwards, because you want it all to drain up into the lymph nodes and out of your body. So you're coming up this way on the front of your leg and also on the back of the calf. You just go upwards like this. Okay? Now once you're done with this, you start working downwards but upwards at the same time. Okay, so it's a little bit confusing. It's kind of hard to explain, but you're just coming down from the back of your knee, and you're pushing there. There's a big drainage area over there. So you kind of go upwards motion like this, but you're going down your leg. Upwards motion, but down your leg. See what I'm doing here? Down, down. From the top, down, down, down. Then you come up the shin here. Okay? Now, right here at the ankles is a good drainage area as well. You don't want to press hard on the ankles because that can induce labor. But right here, right under the bones, the two bones on the both sides, you just come upwards. That's also a good drainage thing, okay? You do that for a little bit longer if your feet are more swollen, okay? So that's what I did. I usually do this before bed anyway, but when it was more swollen, I did a little bit longer, okay? So we do the same thing on the other leg. Upwards in front, upwards and back. I did notice that my left leg blew up a little bit more. So you want to emphasize the leg if there's one leg that's more swollen than the other, you want to emphasize that one more in terms of time. Okay, now we go from the back of the knee. Remember to keep your leg relaxed, and then upwards. Okay, so down the leg, but upwards like pushing slightly and coming up. Yeah, up, and again from the back and up, and then next to the bones of the ankles, just upwards. Okay. And then up again. Okay, now in terms of the reflexology drainage part, if you want to see the whole reflexology that I do, you can check out other videos that I've done, which I'll link up here and also in the description below, okay? So for drainage, the kidneys are attached a lot with draining draining fluid, okay? So you want to work the kidneys, which is right in the middle here of the sole of your foot. Okay, there's a spot. If you find it, it'll feel a little bit tender over there. Okay, so you gotta find that spot that's right in the middle of your foot. When you press it, it's a little bit tender, and you'll go circular motion with the clockwise, and pressing and turning, and doing that at least 10 times while breathing. Deep breaths. And now you're going to go down towards the bladder. Okay, so there's a connecting towards the bladder, and here's the bladder. Here you want to press lightly because that's also where the uterus is. You don't want to induce labor. I don't know if that works. I don't know if it works with inducing labor, but if I go past my due date, I'm definitely pressing hard over here. So stick around for that if I'm still around without the baby. And then down here, and then on the ankle again like we did before. Now another drainage thing is you want to come down from here, pressing down into the center of the sole of your foot, and up from the heel into the center of your sole, and then going circular motions, and then going out and up. Okay, so down here, up from the heel, into the center, and then out. Okay, so that's the type of drainage you want to do. The other side, same thing. You find that spot right in the middle where you feel a little bit of tenderness, and you breathe and you do circular motions. Circle, circle, circle. Okay, about 10 times. Then down this way. Keep your foot relaxed while you're doing this. And towards here. It's like right above the heel on the side here is where your bladder is. So you do want to massage it lightly. And then down towards here, that's out. Okay, and then we go from the balls of the feet, from the heel into the center, around, circular motion clockwise with the center, and then out and up. Again, down the balls of the feet, up from the heel into the center, circular motion, down and up. Okay, so that's what you can do if your feet really swell up during pregnancy, and hopefully that'll help you. Also, being really active during pregnancy is helpful. I noticed that day that my legs swelled up, I was actually much less active than usual. I sat around, I stood around a lot more than I usually walk and exercise, and I didn't do that day. So that's a possible reason for that. Also, sometimes if you eat a little bit too much, if you eat too much salt, that helps to retain fluids. And also raise your legs up when you're sitting down. So that also helps to drain and get rid of the swelling a little bit. Okay? I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.